Hey YouTube, I decided to run Dirac live to my PC setup. Here's my current PC. I got a triangle and brought two upside down because I found them better. Your ear level at the Twitter level and not and you want mids higher off the ground because they bounce from the desk. So I decided to use a ChatGPT to help with the. I have a miniDSP. It has a Dirac Live software in it. I'm using a 4CV3 stereo amp. I'm gonna add a subwoofer. I got a Klipsch R12SW. So first I guess I'm gonna try a phase at 0. I'm gonna put low frequency, low pass all the way to the right. I'm gonna have to play with gains next. I'm gonna adjust them to my speaker levels. I got the UMIC 1 microphone calibrated. I'm gonna use a REW software. And first thing before I forget, I need to turn off the Dirac Live because we want neutral measurements. And first we're gonna turn off the subwoofer so you have measure speakers only with REW. So I'm gonna run a sweep from 20 to 200 Hertz and speakers only. Subwoofer is off. Okay. And now we're gonna turn off the speakers, leave just the subwoofer only. Measure. It didn't work. Must be. Are you sleeping? Oof, here we go. That's too loud. Maybe I should just run the noise first. With the SPL meter. Let's turn on subwoofer first. Get the speakers. Let's get them to like 80 Hertz. I mean 80 decibels. That should do it. For the subwoofer, that's a bit loud. Still a bit. Almost there. It's a bit touchy. So it goes from like 82 to 79. I need 80. That's about. close enough. Alright, after adjusting the volume, speakers to subwoofer somewhat, let's measure. Okay, subwoofer is off, just speakers. Going from 20 to 200 hertz. Alright, that's our speakers. Let's turn them off. Now we get subwoofer. So I selected these two. That's the left channel, that's the right channel. So you get both channels to a subwoofer. Now let's measure this one. Okay. And now let's measure both of them. Okay, select both of them. Okay, this was a subwoofer, and these were together. That's all of it. Alright, and we can do one more thing. Let's change polarity. I was at 0 phase. Let's try 180 phase. And one, not, let's see, oh, that was at 0. Not at 0 phase. Alright, that's 180 phase. And now what I'm gonna do is if you don't understand any of this, you can just use the ChatGPT to help you. Let's take a screenshot of this. Save. And we can add pictures or screenshot. I can type in, explain from 1 to 4 to ChatGPT what's what. So I wrote 1 graph is the speaker only, 2 is the sub only, 3 sub and speakers at 0 phase, and 4 speakers at sub at 180 phase. And also one thing, since I had an old subwoofer, it had my delay at 1 millisecond. Because it's the same placement, so it should be 1 millisecond should be fine. Let's see what it says. Speakers only looks healthy at 70, sub only strong output below 70. Speakers at sub at 0 phase noticeable deeper on crossover 65 to 80. That's partial cancellation, not time aligned. Speakers plus sub 180 phase, much smoother crossover. Higher combined level 60 to 90. This is clearly a better phase relationship. Your sub is acoustically closer to 180. Given the current delay. Okay, told me I should change to 10 millisecond. Okay, told me I changed it to 0 millisecond delay as intended. I should have started from the beginning. Let's run it. was 0 millisecond, and that was a 180 phase. Let's take a screenshot. See. Let's see what's gonna tell us. And what's this one? Okay, 0 ms. 180 phase. Graph number 5. Nice, that's exactly the graph I want to see. Yeah, 50 to 80 is now smooth. Polarity correct. Time and very close. Do not touch the buffer again. Because it recommends us 180 polarity. 0 millisecond delay. Now we can try slight adjustments at tight delays. Let's run those. Right, set it to 0.02. And measure the 0.2, 0.4, and 0.6 delay. I can split them like this to see it better. Let's take a screenshot again. Alright, so I told him I split them using separate buttons. 3 is at 0 ms, and so on. Let's see. So 0.2 in our case is the sweet spot. Let's change that 0.2. 0.2 delay. Final settings. Sub polarity 180, 0 to millisecond. Yeah, sub key. Leave it exactly where it is. Cursor over. Alright, now we can run Dirac live. And this mini DSP software can start calibration. miniDSP. So we have a unique one. Make sure you have the right serial number for your mic, calibrated file. I'm sure you can find it. Let's make sure. The key idea is to, here you don't want it above 0 dB. Otherwise it's gonna stop calibration, gonna give you error. So that's good levels, left and right. I'm gonna select focused imaging. And in here you want to measure about 2 feet. So in a square, you don't want to go over, like I used to measure like way far distances. You want to measure literally like in this square. All right. Let's run first center. I did an oopsie. I forgot to, I had a crossovers from my previous subwoofer. Let's see, set crossover. Recommend start putting 80. I think I would like to, with these speakers, I like to do them at 60 Hertz. Let's see. Yeah, because I want to do my 60 Hertz crossovers. So speaker 1, we want a high pass filter. Now let's do 60. And Lincoln Riley 24, usually by default. And a subwoofer for output 3. I can do high pass filter at 60. Lincoln Riley. And I'm gonna ask about cutoff frequency for this subwoofer, because if I can take, if I turn it off and on very low frequencies, it's gonna start chaffing. I asked ChatGPT what should I set high pass filter for clips, this one, because on the old one I had a 28 Hertz Butterverse 24. Let's see. I guess for this sub I can do 25 Hertz. It's a bit bigger sub. Now just to double check. We got our output 1, output that's a left channel, that's a right channel. We got a high pass filter at 60 Hertz. And the subwoofer high pass filter, so that we're gonna cut out 25 Hertz on low end and no more than 60 Hertz for like in Riley 24, but here I use a suggested Butterverse 24 octave for cutout. Otherwise, if you disable this, you're really gonna start hearing low frequency chaffing. That port is gonna start chaffing and damage your subwoofer. I'll leave that on. Alright, back to Dirac Live. Let's measure center position, is the most important one. Ideally, maybe I should turn off AC and humidifier. We don't want any outside noise. I'm gonna do 8 more measurements. Just move it a bit forward to the right, up. So I'll be front, yeah, front, up, right. All right, that's all the measurements. We got filter design. Alright, then we got our curtains. I think here for the subwoofer, you want to match this somewhat, because if you do here, you can see it's gonna want to alter low end. You don't want to add you want to leave it around there for subwoofer. For high frequency, you can leave the way this, and you can save it to our number 1 filter. clip. So we set for preset 1 the way it's suggested. For the preset 2 you can alter, maybe add a little bit of bass if you want that. I'll still leave treble the way it is. And I can save that to number 2. Alright, after calibration we can check our measurements. And miniDSP always likes to set minus, like if you turn on the volume, some audio, it's very quiet. You want to add, I usually bump this to minus 12 dB. So here we have a preset, so that's number 1, number 2. Here I set it, I run Dirac Live just without subwoofer, so if you can select this, that'll be speakers only. So it'll be channel 1, channel 2, subwoofer is deactivated. And number 1, if you want to rename it, you can select, you can rename this to whatever you want. Alright, let's run our Dirac on measurements. Alright. The green one after Dirac Live. Alright, let's see what ChatGPT say about it. Dirac behaved exactly as it should. Lower overall bass level compared to raw curves, much smoother 30 to 120 Hz, less peakness around 70, 60, 70. Intentional mistake. Dirac slightly reduced bass level. Yeah, that's pretty much that's how you can use a ChatGPT to help you with tuning. And now we can fine tune. Actually, I recommended us to increase the sub by 2 decibels, so we can just gain a couple of decibels up for subwoofer. Let's measure this one. So I did another measurements with for the gain 0, 2 so those are 0 decibels. Here was 2 decibels, 4 and 6. And it told me 2 decibels is the sweet spot for the gain on a subwoofer. So on preset 1, I did a crossover high pass filter. Let's see, that's a channel 1 and 2, that's the speakers. Cutoff frequency 60 Hz, Lincoln Riley 24, and for subwoofer I left the Butterworth 24 octave, 25 Hz, and Lincoln Riley 24 at 60. And for the preset number 2, I set my the same delay 0.2 to gain decibels. I'm just gonna try a different let's see, for speakers actually change it to 60 Hz. So I have a I'm trying a Lincoln Riley 48, and for subwoofer for low end Butterworth 24 and Lincoln Riley 48 at 60 Hz. You can ask ChatGPT if you want the difference between Lincoln Riley 48 and 24. Like, you can actually see the graph difference if I change from 24 to 48. It has a different, sharper curve cut out. And here for the final result checks. I took screenshots of all the SPL and the phase, distortion, impulse, waterfall, and spectrogram. I sent it all to ChatGPT, and it's what it told me. Spectrogram time and frequency, all looks nice. Waterfall, decay shape. And if anything, this is better than average living room results. Delay element, no crossover, impulse, timings I need to check. Strong clean arrival. So we did confirm 0.2 millisecond delay is correct. Lincoln Riley 24. Correct slopes, distortion. So I'm getting 12 harmonic distortion 2.8% in bass region. No spikes, explosion below 30 Hz. Reported clips crossed at 60 Hz. So let's confirm that phase and excess phase critical integration check. What matters? Phase rotation through 40 to 80 Hz, excess phase smoothness, no violent raps at crossover. Your result: smooth phase slope to the crossover. It's exactly what our Lincoln Riley 24 plus correct delay should look like. Yeah, I did on a second preset Lincoln Riley 48, and it's not as good. Just for fun. Big picture verdict. Phase 1 is not just good, it's technically correct. And proper crossover at 60 Hz. I found, I know a lot of people recommend 80 Hz. It's probably good for home theater. In a near field like mine, it's probably better to, because the speakers can go down to 50 Hz. I found at 60 Hz pretty nice crossover. Because if I do it 80 Hz over, I can start hearing subwoofer coming from there. Should I change anything? Probably not. So I guess I'll conclude our final tuning. Let's listen to music. Recording this on my phone is kinda useless. I'm sure for your audio